Hello guys, how we doing? Welcome back to the West Ham world. It's Luke here. That felt a bit better yesterday, didn't it? It wasn't great for 45 minutes. It wasn't perfect. There was still some sloppy passes. And there's still a lot of tinkering to do. And it may get worse. Again, we've seen it under Potter. Potter's first game against Villa was, attacking everywhere, and we thought, whoa, where's this going to be? Is this going to be Potter's style of play under Nuno? Listen, it wasn't massively super attacking football, but it was a bit less passive. We were defending, and we was trying to knock it long, and it wasn't sticking to Fulkrug. And there were sloppy passes from Magassa in the middle of midfield. But it did get better. It did get better. There looked like there was a bit more pride in the second half, definitely. But yeah, I think when the lineups come out, I think we was all, or the news was earlier in the day, didn't it, that Jeswell Price hadn't even travelled with the team, and I think we was all buzzing with that, and I think it was like, thank God, we're at least going to see something different to what Potter's been playing. When the lineups come out, it was more or less predictable in terms of Abiona in goal was going to be Walker Peters, Kilman, Mavropanos, Juve. Magassa starting his first game, Fernandez, Paquetá, Bowen, Somerville, and Fulcro. Like I say, the first half it was a bit bitty. I think Everton were decent, in spells. But I think we dealt well with Grealish though. And I think we was just trying to feed our way and trying to, it's different. It is different. You've been told for the previous, whatever it is, 6 months, year, to, pass the ball, don't do anything risky, keep it, pass it back, pass it to the keeper, pass it back, pass it, passive passing under Potter, to all of a sudden be told, oh, you know what, try and knock it long, try and get it quickly to Somerville or Bowen. And I think it took us a little while. I think it took us the first 45 minutes to really sort of understand it. And I'm hoping that will get better, and the understanding of that, what Nuno wants, will improve. The goal was poor. The cross came in, it came out, came back out, was whipped back in, and Keane had the free. Had a really good header from their perspective. But from ours, it was just basically another corner, if you call it a corner, that we've conceded. Second half, we were better. Somerville was just electric the whole game. Nearly scored as well. When he just nicked it in front of Pickford, but it just went wide. I think Pickford got a really important foot on it, if I remember. And obviously our goal did come. Juve come down the right hand side, beat his man, whipped in a beautiful ball, just close. Not close, just past Fulkrug's head, but luckily for us, it fell to Bowen. Bowen does what he does, cuts inside, boom, got a deflection, don't care. In it goes 1-1. And I thought we was good then. I thought we looked better. Another positive I take from the game is under Potter, if we would have gone 1-0 down, if Potter was still there and we went 1-0 down in that game, I reckon we lose that 3-0. I do. I think the mentality was different. I know it's only game one, but we've seen too much recently in the Potter regime that West Ham go 1-0 down and it's just a complete capitulation and goals just keep coming. The players give up. That wasn't there last night. That definitely wasn't there. I think Potts gets a lot of credit. When Potts come on, it was just, he's neat and tidy. He passes the ball forward. He tries to get things going. I hope he's done enough now to, be in Nuno's ideas. As I kept saying under Potter, all the games, there were easy wins for Potter. And I'm not talking results. I'm talking with the fan base. By playing Potts, by giving people like Callum Marshall a chance and changing things and, stop that stubbornness. Magassa looked physical. A few stray passes. I think there will be a player in there. Again, if he would have come through our academy, remember he's 20 and he or 21, I think we would be even more lenient. It's the fact that he's been bought and coming But if he was a 20-year-old coming through the academy, we'd be like, yeah, he looked okay. He did all right. He was physical. He grew into the game, as Brian says there. Yeah, it's the fact that he's not an academy. I think we look slightly different. But yeah, I'm hoping Potts has done enough now to get that spot. I want to see Potts, Fernandez, and Paquetá. That's what I want to see. And hopefully we do see that. Fernandez was okay. He has spells in games. He's physical. He's a neat and tidy player, but I think he just needs to be a little bit more. Just needs to lift his game a little bit more. Somerville, as I said, unbelievable. What a player. Left, right. Absolutely terrified players with his pace. Real proper player. In terms of Fulkrug, I don't think it's going to work. I really don't. And I like the man. I think the man's a good character. I do, but I don't think he's going to be the answer. We tried to give the ball to him. We tried to get the ball up to him. There was a few crosses coming in, and he just, I don't know, he lacks that physical presence and aura that I know another channel said it, Andy Carroll had. If them balls were going up to Andy Carroll, he's bringing it down on his chest or knocking the little header into the path of someone. I don't think Fulkrug's got that. I don't, and it wouldn't surprise me if we do go and look for a big man. Who that is, I don't know. I don't know who that big man is, but it wouldn't surprise me if we go and look for a big man that's a bit younger, quite physical and good in the air. I think that would be needed. I know I've dug out Kilman for a long time on his channel, but I'll give him his, I'll give him his flowers yesterday. He played well. He did. He was the better of the two for a change. I thought he read the game quite well at times. Didn't really make any mistakes, did he? It was more Mav's mistake. But yeah, hopefully they can, develop a partnership. I do think we'll still buy a centre back in January. But all in all, yesterday, apart from bits of the first half, I actually enjoyed watching the game. It's like, we're in it. We're in the game. And that as West Ham, we're not Liverpool, we're not Manchester City, we're not Arsenal, whatever, that are going to blow teams away. We have games like that. But to still be in a game, to score the first goal as an away team at Everton, it's a good result. It is. They hadn't conceded at that ground yet. To be the first team to take points from them at that ground, it's a good thing. I like Everton. I do. I've always liked Everton as a football team. I think they're very well, at times have been very well run. I know they had a little spell where it was a bit dodgy. But they were a good team. And yeah, like I say, on another day we could have beat them, and on another day they could have beat us in the first half. So I think a point was a fair result. Right, let's go for the comments. Brian says the team was balanced, much better, much more fight and intent too, especially the second half. Good reaction to going behind, which makes change. Juve and Somerville were excellent. Fulkrug was poor. Our left side is looking very, very good. Magassa grew into the game. Fernandez was pretty quiet yesterday. Fulkrug was getting bullied again and falls over too easy for me. I agree, mate. Paquetá was frustrating trying to thread the eye of the needle passes. He's the only one who tries, though, mate. To be fair, Andrew, mate, he's the only one who does try to get that needle pass through. No goal threat the first half, much better the second. We all knew that Potter fell out with Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Tobido. Hopefully Nuno can sort out the situation. Yeah, I agree, mate. I'm glad that Ward-Prowse is out. It hasn't worked. He was good for that initial period when he first come. And Moyes was sort of playing him as a number 10 and he was scoring goals and getting assists. He's so limited now. He's so limited. You need to have serious runners around him for him to have been really effective. And we haven't got that. We haven't got runners around him. And I would prefer the midfield, a younger, more mobile midfield. Will Soucek come back in when he's back from his suspension? There probably is a place for him in now. To be that one that the ball gets knocked up to and he wins the headers and stuff. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens now in January with the players that Nuno will want. And like I say, we all had our suspicions that some money was being held back for a new manager because we didn't feel that Sullivan totally trusted Potter with the funds. So it'd be very interesting to see what happens. I did see a link this morning, actually, again, whether it's true or not. We're linked with 27-year-old former Chelsea player, now AC Milan player, Christian Pulisic. He would be a fantastic signing. Fantastic signing. He's a winger, though, which is a bit, you know, you want Jimmy to play and you want Bowen to play. Are they thinking maybe he could play as a striker? I don't know. We're good at, you know, changing wingers to strikers, aren't we? Antonio and Arnautovic, probably the best of them. So who knows? Brian says James Ward-Prowse and Souček should be on the bench now. They should. They should. You know, they shouldn't be in the first team at all. You know, we need to move on from that. We do. We need to move on from that. I'm hoping kind of Marshall gets some time as well. I really do. I really want to see him get some minutes. He, you know, arguably, you know, could be one of the best finishers we've got in the team. I know Callum Wilson can finish, but again, slightly limited now because he's a little bit older. Yeah, I'm a little bit more confident now that we'll stay up. That could change. That could change in, you know, 4 or 5 games' time. That could change. I don't expect anything from Arsenal on Saturday. That's going to be a tough game. But I'm a lot more relaxed than I was under Potter. If Potter would have stayed, we possibly could have gone down with our record lowest total, most goals conceded. It could have been really, really bad. I think Nuno will sort us out defensively. It's going to be horrible at times, but we're going to have some good times as well, where we have games where we, you know, completely, you know, the counter attack works and we, you know, get the 2s or 3s on the counter and teams open up to us and we get them again. But there are going to be games where it's really frustrating and, you know, we lack a goal threat. That's just the way that style of play is. But I'm happy. We've got the point. Stick behind Nuno, stick behind the players, but remain with one thing. TalkSport was trying to twist it all up today, if you've seen all the TalkSport clips. Balled out. Balled out. All this, shouldn't you just get behind them and get behind the stadium? We will get behind the players and we will get behind the manager, but we can still want the balled out. Balled out. Hopefully Areola cements his starting role. I agree, mate. Anyway, that's me done. Sorry it's late, guys. Literally, last night was too late because my daughter and my wife was asleep. This morning, really busy in work, teaching. I had to wait to get home to do this video. Thank you if you've joined me live. If you're watching it back, come on your irons. Check you're subscribed. Please check you're subscribed and hit that like button, hit the bell button so you know when my videos come. Come on your irons. Keep believing. Let's go.